The Truth Girls.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. It's Sonita. um, I just got up not long ago, which is like a bad time for me to pull out the camera, but it's kind of good because I'll probably just be really honest with you. I wanted to tell you why you're going to see a lot of Anita on my channel. And why do I owe this explanation? It's to my loyal viewers, like those of you who've been there for a long time, who, interact with me in the comments, who watch my videos, and even who supported me on Patreon. This is for you. I want to tell you what's going on. YouTube has been extremely dodgy. I'll tell you the truth, I'm like scared here. Like I don't know anymore what is okay to post. I really don't know because it's gone that far. Like they've changed all their guidelines. I mean, I'm not a big right winger or anything like that. Actually, I'm a libertarian, so but I mean, it seems like anything that I find interesting, like even remotely, is off limits. When I got the strike and they didn't tell me exactly why, it was what you call crazy making. It's like if your boss took you in the office and was like, "You're suspended, and if you do it again, you're fired." And if you're like, "If I do what?" And your boss is like, "Well, you should know. Go home and think about it. And if you don't figure it out, next time you'll be fired." That's what it feels like, Okay, so what I came here to say was like YouTube, oh my god. But don't forget, I am homeschooling single-handedly a child on the autism spectrum who had such severe behavioral problems that he was thrown out of like 5 schools. And even like the after-school programs, at first they're all like, "Don't worry, we've dealt with all kinds of stuff, we're not going to kick him out." 3 months later, they're like, "He's suspended indefinitely. We couldn't deal with it." Oh, God, Lord help me. I mean, no one could deal with my son. It's a little better now. I mean, he's okay with me, like, compared to how he was before. I mean, it's not exactly like having your average kid around. But see, I love my son a lot, and he does get on my nerves somewhat, but I also really love his company because his sense of humor is amazing. But the problem is, I also work. I earn a living. I'm the one who earns a living in this family. And when YouTube is dodgy, like I picked up more hours doing something else as of like last year. So I mean, unless I go on Adderall or something. I mean, how am I supposed to do all these things, But here's the thing, I'm gonna do Anita because realistically, like I'm pretty stretched. I got my son, I got my work, YouTube. I want to just do YouTube and talk about things I care about and interact with you about topics that, well, I personally find interesting because, I don't want this to be like a huge source of stress. And I'll tell you why. There's a very good reason. You remember all my videos about adrenal fatigue and body migraines and menopause and depression? You remember all that? Well, I think I like got brain damage. I'm not kidding. I mean, you guys who've been here for a long time remember, back in the day, I had this mega memory. Like, I had the Aspie memory, Sometimes it used to freak people out. Well, I don't have that anymore. Like, seriously. And I learned about how the memory gets down. I mean, and it happened very quickly. People are like, "Oh, it's because you're getting older." It's like, no, I didn't get that much older. This happened in a really short period of time, and I'm not that old, I know gray hair, but I'm not that old. I'm in my 40s. I shouldn't be, like, getting totally stupid in my 40s. That's not normal. So I find that, like, when you have very intense stress and you produce a lot of cortisol, it'll damage your hippocampus. Also, when you have untreated depression, which I did, it'll damage your hippocampus. And once it's damaged, you can't actually fix it. So I figure I better stop before I end up, like, completely, with nothing in there. Because I'm going to be coming up here and I'm not even able to fake anything. I'm going to be like, Yeah, the news. Let me see. Yeah, I don't remember, but it was something I read it on the internet. I mean, I don't want it to get to that point. Actually, I probably won't be doing videos if that happens, but it's not going to happen. I have to be careful because let me tell you how bad it was. There was a time where I was so severely depressed. I think most people would have taken drastic action. And I don't mean going on medication in that state. I would wake up from my sleep smelling burning toast. I found out later that when that happens, it's called phantosmia. When you wake up smelling something burning, it's because your brain is on fire. I mean, your brain is burning. You know, I'm literally a burnout. Not a complete burnout, but I want to stop while I'm ahead, if you know what I mean. Oh, speaking of smelling burning things, I left something on the stove. I'll be right back. Okay, lucky for me, this time there actually was something burning. So, okay, here's the thing. I had no child support. Completely burning out. I mean, you know, there's thousands of people in the parent groups and like the Ontario Autism Coalition group on Facebook. They're all screaming that we don't have help. We don't have, our children don't have therapy. We don't have support. This business of like ending up alone in your home with your special needs child, having to figure it out by yourself, is real. And it's not manageable. It's really, it's very hard, you know. I know I'm supposed to be strong, but it's too much demand, you know. I love my son, but it's a lot of demands on me. I know people ask, where's his father? Well, his father had health issues, and he wasn't always available, basically. It's a bit better now, you know. I asked God for help. I went to church, and I asked. And I did all those other things, too, that you know about on my channel, to try to make myself be able to cope. I went to the gym. I went to church. I took care of my hormone unbalance. I used kratom. And let's say my depression got better, but my life is completely unmanageable. And so I decided to quit kratom. I'm going to probably just do another video about how that went. Not only quit kratom, I went to a 12-step program. I was like, I'm so isolated. Oh, it's confession day here on YouTube today. Let's just tell you the whole story. I was so isolated, and I was so burnt out. And I took a friend to a 12-step meeting, and I was like, wow, look at all this support. After a couple of meetings, I went to another one. The third meeting, I was like, I need this. Because they're all like, my life was unmanageable. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, I have no serenity. I'm a burnout, and like my life is unmanageable. And I was like, yeah, I can legit join this. I used to be a drug addict a long time ago. And then I realized, well, I mean, I am like sort of addicted to kratom, so I guess that's legit, you know. But I did this because like I just need support so badly. It's not because the kratom was like making my life completely unmanageable. Yes, I got a sponsor. Oh no, here's the Anita Sonia crossover. I told my sponsor, my life was completely unmanageable before I ever put kratom in my body. I did it because I didn't know where else to turn. And, you know, I mean, it could have been instead of an antidepressant or whatever. But I think things like that, it works for a while. Like with all drugs, it works for a while and then it stops working. And that's where I was at. It wasn't really doing anything for me anymore. And I had so much anxiety and I just couldn't, I was just back where I was in 2016. Spoiler alert, kratom doesn't solve everything. Your problems will come back. It's so true. So anyway, yes, I was here to tell you, you might be seeing a lot of Anita because I just quit kratom and I'm trying to get, I don't know, you know, I'm begging God. I'm like, God, I need help. I need childcare. Please, my life is unmanageable, you know. I'm not kidding. And I will quit kratom because I want to put everything in your hands. I want to do it right. Because I go in that program and there's people who are addicted to hard drugs. And they have these promises. And the promises are kind of about your life having harmony in it. I'm like, yes, yes, we want harmony. Even if I'm not like smoking crack or whatever. We want harmony. I think if they can have harmony in their life, they can have all this peace and serenity, then I should be able to have it too. Why not? Because they have a lot of programs for a lot of different problems. But I really like the drug addicts, you know. And I kind of had a drug problem anyway. Legal and inexpensive one and whatever. But nonetheless, I mean, okay, I'll tell you about that some other time. I mean, the kratom, I feel like it's legit. Anyway, I like the people in the drug help and the drug related program because we're, you know, we have the same sense of humor and they're just, I just feel so at home with them. I feel like, I don't know, I feel totally comfortable with them. It's amazing, it's cool. So I'm, you know, going to use my long-term drug history and my kratom problem to go to this 12-step program rather than to one like, like Al-Anon or Emotions Anonymous or whatever. I'm just going to stay here because I like the people. So the thing is, like, I really have to keep the stress low. So I'm just going to make videos that are from the heart that may not be very polished. And I may not talk about a lot of news because honestly, there's no room in there for news. Like, I'm in survival mode. I've been in survival mode for so long. When you're in survival mode, trying to just stay sane and get through your day, there's no room for caring about anything else. Like, you know, all politics or like, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of stuff takes a back seat when you're just trying to figure out how you're going to get through your day and take care of everyone who needs to be taken care of and not lose your mind doing it. So I hope you don't mind. And that's it. Oh my God. I probably look like Swamp Monster, but I wanted to just tell you what's going on. This is for you guys who've been there with me like the whole time. I love you guys. Thanks for being there. And I just wanted to give you, you know, an explanation. And now you know the truth. And I'll tell you about the quitting the kratom. I'll do another video on that. I actually tried to do one, but it was very early on, and then things took a really different turn, and I was like, oh no, I can't post that because it's not true anymore. After I was like, well, okay, I found out there's more to it. Okay, anyway, that's it. Thanks for listening. God bless you guys, and I'll see you next time.